Ever think you could stay with a stranger in a foreign country? If that interests you, let's talk about that. What's going on, guys? It's Grassi, the Pale Puerto Rican, and we are back with another traveler's video. Now, that title might to some sound very misleading. However, when I was in Europe, I actually stayed with a complete stranger. Someone that I had no idea who they were, and I randomly met them. No contact before I ever stayed with them, except for the day leading up. Now, this topic may terrify some, but to others it intrigues, it leaves mystery and chance, the reason to go and explore and to try new things. Now, obviously, I'm gonna need to explain who this person was and how we got to that point of me staying in her house. So, the person that I stayed with was a 24-year-old Persian girl who lived in Berlin, Germany. Her name was Miriam, and I met her in a day parade at Carnival. Let me explain how we got to this point. I was in Berlin, Germany for a couple days where I met my buddy Noah from college. He's doing an internship in Germany. I invited him to Berlin for the weekend so that we could go party, explore, have just a good weekend. When we got to Berlin, it happened to be this thing called Carnival, which is a huge festival that happens every year in Berlin, Germany, and also in other places across the world. We got lucky enough that Carnival was on the same road as my hostel. You could literally see Carnival from outside. And when I tell you there were thousands of people on the street, there were thousands. So fast forward a little bit, we are in the parade behind the Indian float where we meet up with these two girls who are also just dancing. We've never seen them before in our life, and let me tell you, they were beautiful. So being the two single guys that we are, we're like, you know what, we have to try. We have to try and talk to them. We end up talking to these two girls where we hit it off with them and they invite us to go out to dinner and drinks with them. We're not gonna say no, which leads us out to this restaurant / club. We hang out with them at this club for, I would say, about 3 to 4 hours, just having drinks, getting to know each other, explaining our lives, asking questions. We come from two totally different cultures. It's getting later in the day. There's 4 young people at this bar. So they say, do you guys want to go clubbing? Hell yeah, we went clubbing. Stopped at 3 clubs. We went to Matrix, we went to Sussifrus, and we went to this one Asian techno club that, I'm gonna be honest, I could not tell you the name of this club. I have no idea. We end up partying with them for the whole entire night. We start clubbing around 1 o'clock, and we didn't get home till about 6 or 7, where this is when I get the invitation to stay with her. I was hitting it off with her, my buddy was hitting it off with her friend, and Miriam says to me in the train station, she says, "What are you doing tomorrow?" And let me mind you, it is about 6:30 in the morning and we're in a train station. I am exhausted. What are you doing tomorrow? My plan was to leave Berlin and go off to Munich. That's when she tells me, hey, if you stay another day, you can sleep in my apartment. Boom! Right there. I'm like, you know what? I am in. This is perfect. When you're backpacking, if you can get somewhere to stay for free, that is what you want. Also, with a beautiful girl from a foreign country, what else could you want here? So while I'm in the train station at 6:30 in the morning with not my best mindset, I tell her I'll think about it. And honestly, this was the best thing that I could do, and this is the best thing that I would recommend to you. If you ever get someone who offers you to stay in their home, you do not accept right away. You need to be cautious, you need to be careful. I know you can be excited, trust me, I was, but I needed to think about it. And for that day, it was 7 in the morning, I had a bed to sleep already for that morning. My hostel kicked me out at 10, so I got a solid 3 hours of sleep. I wake up in the morning and I'm pondering it, every emotion is going through my head. It's can I trust this person? Is this a trap? Is this something sketchy? And then also I have this, no, we just hit it off and she wants me to stay and have a good time. So I explored Germany for the beginning part of the day, and I get to the point where I'm like, you need to make this decision. I text Miriam around 1 or 2-ish saying, hey, like if you're still open to that, I'll take that room. Which she says to me, absolutely, you can come by my apartment. I get off of work around 4:30. At that point, I am ecstatic. I'm like, sick, this is gonna be awesome, sweet. Which it was. I show up to apartment and I'll give you the layout. So it was about a studio apartment. There was 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, 1 kitchen. It was very compact, but it was nice. So I get to her place and she is very excited to see me. You know, we had a great night the night before and we end up just, I'm gonna spare you some details there. From her apartment, I unpack all my things and we go out to dinner. From there, from dinner, we go out to clubs again, where we go back to Club Matrix, or Matrix, as they say in Germany, which is, you know, it's a good club, but not the best club that I've been to. After drinking at the club, we call it quits about 3 or 4 in the morning, which honestly for Germany is pretty early. From there, she says, hey, let's go back. By the way, let me mind you, when we go out to dinner and we go out to the clubs that second night, we were with more of her personal friends from Germany. So I'm the only one at this club, at the dinner, of this friend group that doesn't speak German. My buddy Noah at this point had to go back to his internship, so I'm totally alone. We ended up going back to her apartment where I did stay the night, and I woke up with both my kidneys, all my stuff in my bag, and I wasn't missing anything, okay? I know people were gonna ask that, and she was still sleeping when I woke up and left. So honestly, it was one of the coolest experiences of the trip. And definitely one of the most nerve-wracking at the same time. Because it's hard to trust people you know already, and now put into the mix that you don't know this individual, you've only met them for 2 days, and it kind of goes both ways. You have to put on a good enough version of yourself so that this person trusts you and that you trust them. I trusted Miriam that nothing sketchy or shady was gonna happen, that we were gonna have a good night, a fun night, and that when I woke up, all my stuff was gonna be there, nothing out of the ordinary was gonna happen, and it was just a good, kind heart gesture on her part to let me stay. And from there, guys, we parted ways. I headed off to Prague, actually. I changed my train plans, and we still stay in contact. We casually text back and forth, you know, because a big thing about traveling is staying in contact with individuals that you meet. You don't want to meet somebody and then just, oh, see ya, never gonna talk to you again unless I'm in your area, which happens, you know, when you get to an area where you met someone, you're definitely gonna text them if you can remember their name, their contact information. So overall, guys, I would totally say that it's a judgment call. If you can, with 100% certainty, trust the person that you're gonna stay with, which is hard to do because you don't really know them. You don't. You spent, what, a day, maybe 2 days with that person, and you're trusting them with basically your life, you know? Anything could happen, but anything could not happen. So guys, I would say definitely do it if you can. If someone offers that gesture, if they open up their home, definitely stay with someone. It's gotta be top 3 or top 5 most memorable parts of my trip. So guys, I hope you enjoyed that little story about me staying with a stranger in Europe. If that's something that you could or couldn't do, let me know down in the comments below. I would love to hear your thoughts, your ideas about how either that's crazy to you, that's awesome, whatever you're thinking, I'd love to hear it and I'd love to chat with you. And on that note, I'll see you in the next one.